Welcome back to Chiefs Kingdom Central, your go-to source for all things Kansas City football. I'm your host, and today, we've got a story that's got the entire NFL buzzing. Could the Chiefs really be on the verge of trading away one of their defensive cornerstones? Picture this, a shutdown corner who's been locking down receivers like it's his day job, potentially suiting up for another team. It's the kind of off-season drama that keeps us glued to our screens, and trust me, folks, this one's got layers. So, buckle up as we dive deep into the latest from ESPN on Trent McDuffie and what it means for our beloved Chiefs. First off, let's set the scene with a headline that's making waves. ESPN insider Jeremy Fowler dropped a bombshell in his latest report, naming Kansas City Chiefs cornerback Trent McDuffie as a perfect trade target for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah, you heard that right. The Bucs, those NFC South contenders who've been building a solid defense around guys like Antoine Winfield Jr. Fowler points out that if the Chiefs can't swing a long-term extension for McDuffie, Tampa Bay would be an ideal landing spot. He even drew parallels to last year's move, where the Chiefs shipped out L'Jarius Sneed to the Tennessee Titans for a draft pick. The last Kansas City corner eyeing a big extension, L'Jarius Sneed, was shipped to Tennessee for a draft pick, Fowler said. McDuffie would have value, and Tampa Bay would be a perfect spot for him. Now, this isn't just idle chatter. It's rooted in the Chiefs' ongoing battle with the salary cap, and it echoes a pattern we've seen before. The team has a history of letting elite cornerbacks walk when the price gets too steep, prioritizing that roster flexibility that's helped fuel their dynasty. But hold on, let's not jump ahead. Who is Trent McDuffie, and why does this matter so much? For those new to the Chiefs scene, McDuffie was a first-round pick back in the 2022 NFL Draft, coming out of the University of Washington where he was a standout in the Pac-12. This guy's got the pedigree, quick feet, instincts like a hawk, and the ability to shadow top receivers without breaking a sweat. In his young career, he's already earned 2 All-Pro nods, anchoring Steve Spagnuolo's defense that's been the unsung hero behind those back-to-back Super Bowl wins. Remember, folks, a cornerback is that defensive back who covers wide receivers one-on-one, preventing those big plays downfield. McDuffie's been lights out, with stats that pop. In 2024 alone, he racked up 45 tackles, 3 interceptions, and a whopping 12 passes defended. He's part of that secondary that's transitioned seamlessly from stars like Charvarius Ward to Sneed, and now to him. But as ESPN's Dan Graziano pointed out, the Chiefs might not have that next man up ready this time. The Chiefs always seem to let cornerbacks go when it's time to pay big money, Graziano wrote. But a big reason they've been able to get away with that is that they always have a replacement ready to go. I'm not sure they have that heir apparent on the roster. Now, let's break this down tactically, because this isn't just about one player, it's about the heart of the Chiefs' defense. Under defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo, who's been with the team since 2019 and helped orchestrate those championship runs, the scheme relies on aggressive blitzes and man coverage. McDuffie thrives in that setup. He's versatile enough to play outside or in the slot, disrupting routes and forcing quarterbacks into mistakes. Compare that to past seasons. In 2023, when Sneed was still here, the Chiefs ranked second in the league for fewest passing yards allowed per game at just 196. Without a guy like McDuffie, that number could balloon, especially in a pass-heavy AFC West where you've got quarterbacks like Justin Herbert of the Chargers slinging it deep, or even Bo Nix with the Broncos trying to find his groove. And don't get me started on the Raiders, our eternal rivals who've been itching for a win against us since that infamous Snow Globe game back in 2017. Arrowhead Stadium, folks, that's our fortress, the loudest stadium in the NFL with decibel levels hitting 142 during games. It's where legends like Derek Thomas, the Hall of Fame pass rusher who terrorized offenses in the 90s, built their legacy. Thomas, by the way, still holds the single-game sack record with 7 against the Seahawks in 1990. What a beast! Shifting gears to some historical context, the Chiefs have mastered this art of reloading at corner. Think about it. Charvarius Ward left for the 49ers in 2022 on a big deal, became a Pro Bowler there, but Kansas City didn't skip a beat because Sneed stepped up. Then Sneed gets traded to Tennessee last offseason for a 3rd-round pick and a 7th-round swap, and now he's balling out with the Titans. It's all part of GM Brett Veach's philosophy: draft well, develop, and when the cap hits, trade for assets. But with McDuffie, it's different. He's only 25 in his prime, and his projected extension could be north of $20 million per year, similar to what Jaire Alexander got with the Packers. The Chiefs are projected to be way over the cap in 2026, with massive deals for Patrick Mahomes, that magician under center who's thrown for over 5,000 yards in a season twice, and Chris Jones, our dominant defensive tackle who's like a wrecking ball in the trenches. Jones, remember, signed a 5-year, $158 million extension last year after holding out. He's the anchor, but adding McDuffie's deal could force restructures or cuts elsewhere. Let's sprinkle in some stats to really paint the picture. Over the last 3 seasons, the Chiefs' defense has improved dramatically, going from 27th in points allowed in 2021 to top 5 in 2024. McDuffie's Pro Football Focus grade? A stellar 85.2 in coverage last year, ranking him among the elite. Compare that to potential replacements like Joshua Williams or Jalen Watson. Solid guys, but Williams has a 68.4 grade, and Watson's at 72.1. Neither screams, "shut down corner," yet. And here's the kicker, both Watson and Williams, plus safety Brian Cook, hit free agency after this season. If McDuffie goes, the secondary could look thinner than a goalpost. It's like that old Chiefs trivia. Did you know the team was founded in 1960 as the Dallas Texans before moving to Kansas City in '63? They've come a long way from those AFL days, with Len Dawson quarterbacking them to their first Super Bowl win in 1970, beating the Vikings 23-7. Dawson, the Hall of Famer, threw for 17,000 yards in his career. Talk about laying the foundation for what Mahomes is doing now. To add some flavor, imagine if we caught up with Patrick Mahomes after practice. In a fictional post-practice chat, Mahomes might say something like, "Trent's my guy on the other side of the ball. He's locked in, makes my job easier knowing receivers are covered. But hey, whatever the front office decides, we're all about winning rings here in KC." Or Coach Andy Reid, with his trademark mustache and calm demeanor, "We've built this team on trust and development. Trent's special, but we've got depth." Still, decisions like this keep me up at night. Gotta balance the books while chasing that three-peat. And let's not forget the fans. Chiefs Kingdom is passionate, folks. Picture a die-hard at a tailgate. Trade McDuffie? No way. He's the future. Remember when we booed the Raiders out of Arrowhead last year? That's the energy we need on D. These voices echo the sentiment around town, where barbecue joints like Joe's Kansas City are abuzz with trade talk. Looking ahead, what are the implications? If the Chiefs trade McDuffie, they could net a first-round pick or more, bolstering their draft board for 2026. Fowler mentioned the Bucs as a fit. Imagine McDuffie pairing with Winfield in Tampa, helping them contend in the NFC. For KC, it might mean leaning on rookies or free agents, potentially weakening the defense in a year where the AFC is stacked with teams like the Bengals, Ravens, and our old pals the Bills. But if they extend him, it solidifies the unit, keeps the dynasty rolling toward another Super Bowl. Predictions? I say they find a way to keep him, restructure Mahomes' deal, maybe move some money around. After all, this team's won 3 rings in 5 years. They're not about to dismantle the core. But if not, watch for a blockbuster trade that shakes up the league, maybe even tying into pop culture like that Taylor Swift-Travis Kelce romance that's put the Chiefs in the spotlight. Kelce, by the way, our star tight end and podcast king, could use a strong secondary to keep those playoff dreams alive. Wrapping this up, Chiefs fans, this is the kind of storyline that makes the NFL offseason as exciting as the games themselves. Will McDuffie stay and help chase that historic three-peat, or will he don new colors? Stay tuned to Chiefs Kingdom Central. We'll have all the updates, breakdowns, and insider scoops. In the meantime, mark your calendars for the next big game, fire up that grill for some KC barbecue, and let's keep the faith. Go Chiefs! This has been your NFL update. Thanks for joining me.